Hello, Rudy here, and welcome to Surviving Mars. Let's get a new game going, shall we? And let's see what Mars is made out of. Though I have a pretty decent idea. I've been playing this game a lot for the past couple of days, couple of weeks maybe, it's hard to tell. Okay, our mission sponsor will be Space Y. They have a number of cool advantages. Their drone hubs start with additional drones, and advanced resources are 50% cheaper. Commander profile, let's be the inventor. I really like how they start off with autonomous drone hubs. So you save power and maintenance like that. Logo will be one small step. I really wish you could import your own custom logos. And a mystery. We're not going to do a random mystery. I want to make sure I don't get something I've seen before. And we're going to go with spheres. A quote from Larry Niven: "Never fire a laser at a mirror." Good bit of advice there, Larry Niven, author of the Ringworld series of books. Check it out. Next, we get to pick our payload for our initial rocket. So we have 4,500 million in funding. We don't need to bring 3 drone hubs. But let's get 1 drone hub, 1 moisture evaporator, and a fuel refinery, so we can make the initial fuel we need to launch our rockets back into space. We don't need to transport, but we should get an explorer so we can analyze anomalies. 15 electronics should be fine. Let's get less drones. I mean, we don't need to bring as many drones because our drone hub will start with extra drones due to our starting traits that we've picked. And 5 orbital probes. In fact, we don't need 10 electronics should be fine. Because again, well, I'll go in. Okay, yeah, this is going to be good. Let's go. Picking our landing spot. Where do we want to colonize? So there is one area in particular I'm a big fan of. It's Arabia Terra, which is like 22 north and 2 west. Let's see if we can get to it. Okay, we're almost there. 32 north. Here we are, Arabia Terra. So this area has relatively low water, only 1 pip in water, or 2 pips in water for this particular spot. And I like playing on maps with low water. Good survival challenge, but I do like having plenty of metal and concrete so I can sort of build unhindered. And also this area has good threats: cold waves, meteors, and dust storms. I definitely would like to find a landing site that doesn't have 4 pips and cold waves, because cold waves, I hate cold waves. Ooh. This should be good. 3 pips in metals, 4 pips in concrete. And cold waves, only 3 pips. I'd prefer less pips, but, you know, better than 4. And I guess technically we're not in Arabia Terra anymore. We're on generic colony site. Okay, let's go. We're not in Arabia Terra anymore. They're going to be these colonists are going to be in for a big surprise, and everyone's like, okay, we're going to colonize Arabia Terra.
Welcome to Mars.
And what do you mean this is just a generic colony site? Okay, let's do some scanning. So yeah, our initially revealed area isn't too good. We just have 1 bit of concrete here, average grade, and an anomaly. So I don't want to land there. Let's see what we can find. Okay, that's pretty good. Underground rare metals, high grade. We can mine these and sell them back on Earth. Low grade concrete. Definitely want to try and find some better concrete. We really need concrete to build all the big stuff, like the domes that will house our people.
Milestone achieved.
We have found water. Okay. A very low grade water. Yeah, okay. I was hoping to have to do a bit more of a hunt to find water, but I guess we'll just find it instantly. But it's a low grade deposit, so there's only so much we can do with that. And there's more water. Very low grade. Ooh. High grade concrete. 1,800 concrete. Okay, that's perfect. This is probably a good area to set up. We can harvest all the concrete that we're going to need, build a dome over here, and start mining underground rare metals. And we have 1 more probe to use. Yes, there are quite a few anomalies. Alright, let's position our rocket landing just right. I think right there. I guess that... Yeah, that should be just fine. Let's speed this up. And we've hit dirt. Our probes, our drone boys, our drone buddies have hit the world of Mars. And they're going to be a big help. So yeah, the idea here is that we need to establish a base camp of some sort. You analyze that anomaly, thank you. Establish life support, make oxygen, get water, and then we can bring the people in. So let's see, let's get our first drone hub down. I guess, of course, there's a limit to how far drones can move, so, you know, we need to make sure we have the deposits we want to use within. Okay, I think this should be good. And we can get some power cables down.
Anomaly analyzed.
And some initial power generation. It's 2 solar panels. We'll need 2 solar panels to power 2 concrete extractors, which we will build next. And of course, a storage depot so we can unload the rocket. Okay, so this is great. So since we have autonomous drone hub technology, this drone hub requires 0 power, so it can operate in the night even though we have no energy production right now. Which is useful, very useful, helping us get our rocket unloaded and get everything up and running. You've analyzed the anomaly? Good job. Okay, let's see. Get our concrete extractors down. Let's see, we got 510 there. Probably want 2 concrete extractors. 391. Yeah, that'll be fine. I tell you, if you love hexagons, this is the game for you. So we got these basics going. We can call in another cargo rocket now. So, I mean, being space-wide, we have 5 total rockets available, which is, I think I said this already, it's a ridiculous amount of rockets. Anyway, let's bring in another drone hub and a moisture evaporator. Again, since we have, like, normally you need to bring fuel refineries so you can manufacture fuel to send your rockets back to bring in more people and more supplies, but we got 5 rockets. We don't need to worry about that right now. So what else can we use? I guess... Oh yeah, we should definitely bring in a transport and a rover. A rover is like a mobile drone hub, which is can be pretty useful. And how about just a bunch of more polymers and machine parts? And some electronics. And we don't need any more drones. Okay, let's go. So we got our next supply rocket already en route. Okay, so once we get our concrete extractors up and running, we can build power accumulators, which require concrete, and that can help store power. So then we can have nighttime operations. Let's build some wind turbines. Now, the interesting thing about wind turbines is that they require machine parts to maintain. And, you know, early on in the game, you can't manufacture machine parts. You know, you just don't have the resources to set that up. So you're completely dependent on machine parts that you can bring from Earth. But being that we're playing as Space Y, all of our advanced resources are much cheaper. So we can bring in those machine parts that we need very cheaply. Okay, concrete depot. We want a concrete depot so we can store all of the concrete we're making. Yeah, oh yeah, we need to pick some research, how about? So let's see, let's go for adapted probes. Probes are cheaper and can deep scan, that's pretty good. Rocket cargo increased by 10,000 kilograms. Hygroscopic vaporators increase moisture vaporator production. Alright, all good things. This is pretty good. Actually, let's scratch all this.
No active research.
Gonna research this one first, so our explorers give us 100 research each. Help increase our research early on. Alright, that should be fine. We need to get some scanning set up. Alright, so this one windmill is producing 8.1 power, 62% bonus because of elevation boost. Wow. This is such a great spot. Man, I need to build some more turbines. Though I'm not sure this elevation boost makes a whole hell of a lot of sense because if you're higher up, the atmosphere will be thinner. And the atmosphere on Mars is already deathly thin.
We've analyzed material from the anomaly, and it completely validates our hypothesis on abiogenic petroleum.
Oh, maybe your hypothesis. Don't rope me in on this. Our hypothesis? Okay. So we can get either 10% physics boost, 10% engineering boost, or 500 million funding. So we don't really need the funding. Let's go for, I guess, engineering boost. How about? Like, how much money do we have? We got 2,700 million funding. That's going to be more than enough to get our basic operation going. We'll be able to mine rare metals and send those back to Earth for money, for profit. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so our next step is to actually
Vehicle battery low.
Oop, battery low. Okay, you'll be fine though. So we can land another rocket. Let's get you down here. So our next step is to set up some life support production so we can start thinking about bringing people in. Let's see, let's get this wire going over here.
Anomaly analyzed.
So what do we want here? We want to set up our moisture evaporator. We got 2 moisture evaporators. Put one there. We want to space them apart because otherwise they interfere with each other. Put another one there. Let's see, we'll build the 1 fuel refinery. We don't really need it right now because we still got 3 rockets in reserve, but might as well get fuel production up and running sooner than later. But we certainly don't need to bring in another fuel refinery just yet. Like some, okay, let's get the water tower. Pipes, so we can hook it all up. The pipes transport oxygen and water, which is nice, so you don't need to worry about different liquid pipes or gas pipes. It's all just handled by one system. And let's see, what's our power situation looking like? Minus 8.8. Probably going to need more power production. Let's fit those in. Not bad at all. So we have another drone hub we can set up. I'm not entirely sure where I want to set up that drone hub, actually. So what is interesting, though, is we have plenty of underground rare metals, but we have not found any underground normal metals. You know, we need normal metals, like solar panels require metals. Our wires and maintaining wires require metals. So if we run out of metals, we're kind of in a bad spot. So we need to find more metals, is what I'm trying to say. In fact, let's make a metals depot. So there's 156 surface metals in this sector here. We can take our RC transport, set up a trade route, have it load those metals, and then drop them off over here at our metals depot, and they're off. Okay, so we got 2 moisture evaporators. We're producing fuel and water, which our colonists will need to survive, you know. Colonists are finicky that way. You need to give them the food and the water and the oxygen, or else they sort of die. Speaking of oxygen, let's make a Moxie. Start oxygen production. This will put you right there in an oxygen tank. Excellent. Okay, so the Moxie is going to produce 2 oxygen, and our basic dome, the first dome we build, will require 1 oxygen, so this Moxie produces more oxygen than we need. However, there are some disasters that can happen that will prevent this thing from functioning, so we'll need to have oxygen stored in this tank to supply our dome during those times, during the dark times. So our basic dome requires 80 concrete. We have 99 concrete, so we can think about building a basic dome pretty soon. We'll probably like nestle it right here. Because of course, to get at the underground metals...
Sector scanned.
Oh, thank you for that. In order to get at the underground metals, we need to build a rare metals extractor, which requires people to operate. And then, of course, it needs to be within a certain range of a dome for the people to actually get to it. Okay, well, I think, I do believe we can build our first dome now, actually. We'll put it right there. Or, you know what? Let me, we can make this look real nice. Let me plan this out. We can extend this wire that way. Put our basic dome. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Or I think I'd rather put the dome over here. Yeah, let's readjust this a bit. So what we'll do instead, let's put you there. Put the power cables here. Then we can put our basic dome right there. Still within range of the rare metals. I don't quite like that. I'd prefer... This is what I prefer. Even though it's not... everything doesn't fit together quite nicely. But that's okay. I don't know, this just feels right to me, doing it this way. Okay, the dome is down. Okay, finally. This is it. And so we got the wire going straight to the dome entrance. Okay, this isn't working out quite right. We need to make some adjustments here. Let's put the universal depot down there. And let me destroy this depot. Okay, so we want to bring our pipes like this. And then we can set up our power wires like that. Okay, I think that's much nicer. Don't you agree? Yeah, I definitely prefer it like that. Okay, so we just need to wait for our dome to be finished construction. Right, so we still have our second drone hub that we can put down. Oh, hello. Yeah, you have a low battery? Come home. So I do think I want to take advantage of this underground water deposit, which we can build an autonomous extractor for. So I think I'll put the other drone hub... Let me extend these wires. Let's put down our other drone hub right there. Since our drone hubs are basically free maintenance and power-wise, we can sort of be a bit liberal with how we throw them down. And let's get a water extractor. Well, now we have our basic life support system set up, and we'll have a dome built pretty soon. And that's going to be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Do leave a comment. I do really like hearing from you guys. And in the next episode, we'll bring in our first victims